Hello, I'm here with Nadia Sparkes, also known as Trash Girl. You might have heard that title, we'll get more into that in a moment. So Nadia, first of all, let's go back a little way to you picking up litter and being a bit of a hero, really. When did you start doing it?
It was around September to October-ish.
Why did you think, oh, this is a good idea,
I think it was just the amount that there was and how there was just too much of it in the first place.
And what sort of stuff do you find along the way?
It's mostly bottles and cans, but sometimes you do find other things.
When did the bullying start? Because some not very nice people at school obviously saw that you were coming into school with bits of litter and stuff, or did they see you picking it up? How did it all begin?
It started like a few weeks after I started picking up the rubbish. They just started thinking that they can take the mick because I was doing something different.
And what did they say? What sort of stuff did they say?
They said that I was weird and that this was the reason I had no friends. I did have friends at the time.
And what did you think when they started doing that? Did it make you feel a bit sad and a bit upset, or did you just think, well, I don't really care what they think?
At the beginning I just tried to ignore it, but it did get worse and I was really upset.
And did it become like a larger group of people?
Yeah.
Because I was bullied at school.
Over half of the year group, it was not very fun.
Wow. So how many people were part of that group?
About definitely over at least 50 to 100 people.
That's really intimidating, isn't it? That's really scary to go through. And your friends that you said you've got lots of friends and stuff. How did they support you, and did you talk about it with them?
They told them that it was best for me to just ignore it, and it didn't matter if they were mean to me or not because I was doing the right thing, and they were just probably jealous.
And you knew that you were doing the right thing. You felt that you were doing the right thing. And you talked about this with your family and stuff?
Yeah.
And what did your mum and dad, and you've got brothers and sisters as well, what did they all say to you about it?
Mum said that I can either stop picking up the rubbish or I can own the name Trash Girl, and obviously yeah.
Own the name Trash Girl, because that's what they started calling you, Trash Girl. That's why we got to the name Trash Girl. So you decided, quite rightly, to own it. And you've got a Facebook page now.
Yeah.
Which is Team Trash Girl. We've got Trash Girl t-shirts and merchandise coming soon. Did that, once you'd made that decision for you, and you'd obviously discussed it with your friends and everything else, did that make you feel better about what you were doing as well?
Because after I'd been in the news and everything, the bullying just went stop, and
Was it that quick?
It was actually kind of scary because one day people were like, oh yeah, you're so weird, and the next day people were actually like, oh hey, you're alright. And
do you think the way they've behaved subsequently, is that right or wrong? The fact that they changed their mind sort of overnight when you started, and perhaps I should explain to people, the local press picked up on your story, and there's a local cartoonist who did a cartoon for you as well.
I don't think that's right, because they should have just treated me with respect in the first place instead of just making up all this stuff.
Plastic, tell me what you know about plastic and what we should be doing about plastic.
So much of it goes into landfill and into the ocean that often you'll find dead turtles, and they will eat a plastic bag thinking it's a jellyfish and they'll die. I think one of the main problems is that some products like apples and fruit is in plastic containers, yet it doesn't need to be in plastic.
So if I'll stand here and I'll pretend to be a supermarket boss, and what I'll say to you is people want fresh produce, and this cuts back on food waste and keeps the food fresh for longer.
Well, it doesn't exactly, because you can do the exact same thing with just paper. You don't need to have it in a plastic container. You can put a paper bag in the fridge. You can put a paper bag in a fruit bowl. You don't need to have it in this plastic thing with other plastic around it, which is completely unneeded.
So you're saying find alternatives. Use alternatives. What do you do with all the rubbish, all the litter and stuff? Where is it now?
Currently, it's either in my giant bin, which is quite a bit, or it's in one of the two giant plastic bags out front next to it.
So this is all at your family house. Your mum and dad must love you. You've come home with all this rubbish. So we need to find something to do with the plastic, don't we? We need to find something to do with all of the rubbish. I think that's a good plan. What do you say to other young women and young boys and men out there who are being bullied for stuff that they believe in and that they
ignore them, because they're most likely either jealous or just completely wrong. it doesn't matter what you do as long as what you're doing you know is the right thing. Because they want a reaction from you, and if you fight back, then you're just going to make the entire situation worse, because they can then frame you for things that you obviously haven't done.
Yeah, good message.